What if there were a basketball game
and nobody came?
What if there were a baseball game
And nobody came?
What if there were an election
And nobody voted? Well, the truth is almost half of us don't even bother to vote.
That's why there's Kids Voting USA. It's a program that invites kids into real polling places with a grown-up to cast their own ballots.
So support Kids Voting USA. It's teamwork in action.
This is CNN.
Coming up on Sports Late Night, Vanderbilt looks to strike gold against the Golden Domers, but would the luck of the Irish be enough for Notre Dame to overcome the very game Commodores? What an effort by Pete Sampras, the #1 seed, gives new meaning to leaving it all on the court. And Ivanisevic-Edberg tries to keep a good thing going. Golf, another week, another tournament for Tiger. And in baseball, a light night, the Expos vacationing in South Florida. Mike steps to the mic, Tyson talks 2 days before his next fight, plus the end of a fantastic NHL career. Ready to boogie on Sports Late Night, next.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Late Night. I'm Nancy Newman.
And I'm Barry LeBrock. What an impressive performance tonight by a tennis player at the U.S. Open, giving everything he had, and it seemed like somehow a little bit more than that, too.
Yeah, what a night at Flushing Meadow, an absolute thriller. You can call him dull all you want, but if quiet calm comes with this kind of heart, the future of tennis can indeed be bright. With the setting quarterfinal action of the U.S. Open, Pete Sampras put on a display rarely matched by the athlete of today. Exhausted to the point of sickness, using his racket like a crutch, the American was pushed to the limit by a seemingly infatigable Sampras-Corretja of Spain. To Flushing Meadows we go, and straight to the tiebreak action in the fifth and deciding set. Sampras visibly ill, tied up at 4 points apiece, the players moving each other from side to side. One of many tremendous baseline rallies before Sampras scores on the knockdown to take the 5-4 lead. The next point in progress, Corretja working his way toward the net. Then watch him as he puts away the volley, and we are deadlocked again, 5-5. Now at 7-6, Corretja match point. Sampras serving. Sampras decides to come to the net. Corretja goes for the pass, but this is unbelievable. Sampras is there for the volley, and we are tied once more at 7. Look at Sampras leaning on the racket. Now this is Sampras' second serve at 7 points apiece. The ace, the 25th of the match. The Sampras corner can't bear to watch. Sampras leads it 8-7. Corretja serving, match point, the unthinkable. He double faults. The second service is long, and Pete Sampras survives a marathon match. An emotional Corretja, nothing but respect for his opponent following the match of his life.
I was playing for too much today, for a lot of things. But I think I have to feel happy because I was almost knocked out the #1 in the world. But it's really difficult, you know. It's really, right now it's really disappointing because you feel like you got it and suddenly it escapes, so it's really tough.
Later in the day, Ivanisevic-Edberg playing in the final Grand Slam event of his career versus Goran Ivanisevic for the right to face Sampras in the semis. Ivanisevic, the running forehand volley, and he would take the first set 6-3. Second set, Edberg serving. His turn to come to the net, but Ivanisevic had the answer, nailing the passing shot. He would take the second set as well with Ivanisevic, 6-4. Third, pick it up midpoint. Edberg does what he does best, coming to the net, putting away the volley, but it was not enough to avert a match point for Ivanisevic. Here we are in the third set. Match point. Edberg cannot handle Ivanisevic's return. Game, set, and match. Ivanisevic and his 26 aces prevail, ending the Grand Slam career of 30-year-old Ivanisevic-Edberg. So it is the Croatian who advances to the semis to meet Pete Sampras.
You know, the way I look at it, I've been lucky enough to be able to perform in a sport that I love, and I think I've performed well over the years that I've played, and I just think that I've been lucky enough to have as much success as I've had, and I know a lot of kids dream about it, and my dream came through.
Friday, we have the women's semifinals to look forward to. Top seed Steffi Graf taking on the 16th seeded 15-year-old Martina Hingis, and the 2 seed Monica Seles going against number 4 Conchita Martinez in the other matchup.
And still ahead, game number 1 for Notre Dame against Vanderbilt. The Irish heavy favorites, but they probably were in a bit deeper than expected. We will have all your highlights, plus step into the ring with our Nick Charles in Vegas. He has the day's events and all the details on the heavyweight title fight Saturday. And an update on Hurricane Fran. We will check in on its current position, plus its potential effect on this weekend's sporting events. It's all ahead after the break.
U.S. Open Tennis Remote, brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection.
Passion. Aggression. Cool. Confident. Serene. You don't possess just one emotion. Neither should your car. The LS400, the finest automobile in the world.
They lurk in your house, adrift in every room. Dust, viruses, and allergens, microparticle airborne invaders rampaging through your house, passing through an ordinary filter again and again. But with a Filtrete filter from 3M, you can take control. A Filtrete filter removes microparticles better than ordinary filters. 35 times better. Defend your airspace with Filtrete filters. One more example of 3M innovation.
Hello, I'm Ted Texter, live at the CNN Weather Center in Atlanta with an update on what is now Tropical Storm Fran. We have some more good news. The storm continues to lose its strength. We're down now to about 65-mile-an-hour winds, but still there is a lot of threat with this storm system as it continues pretty much to the north-northwest. Let me show it to you now. In the past hours, it's continuing pretty much on that track, depositing quite a bit of rain so far. And because of that, we have flash flooding problems. For example, in Franklin County in the southwest of Virginia, about 2 to 3 inches in the rain gauge there, a flash flood warning until 8:30 in the morning. Wake County in central North Carolina, 7:15, you're under the gun until then because of flash flooding warnings. 65-mile-an-hour winds the storm system has now. It's moving to the north-northwest at about 17, and it looks like it's going to continue to dump quite a bit of rain. In fact, this is the total rainfall amount we see in the next day or so. It is pretty much centered, the bullseye of 6+ inches on our rain forecast, pretty much centered in the Piedmont of Virginia. Remember now, this is mountainous terrain, and it does not handle the rain, especially this heavy rain, very easily. So flash flooding remains a threat for us, and the threat of twisters, thunderstorms that may develop tornadoes. We've had reports, at least radar reports, of possible twisters, but no confirmed damage so far. We'll keep you posted, of course. Sports Late Night next.
And stay tuned to CNN for all the latest on Hurricane Fran following this show. In terms of sports, there is little damage that Fran might do. These games in danger of being canceled. 6 games in the Carolinas being threatened, and Duke may have some trouble traveling to Tallahassee to meet Florida State. None have been officially canceled, though, at this point. We will fill you in on weather conditions and the rest of the day's info on college football preview coming up Saturday morning. Also featured that day, Northwestern. Can they come up big again? Showtime 11:30 a.m. Eastern. More college football. Last time the Vanderbilt Commodores saw Notre Dame, the view was primarily from their collective backs. The Irish steamrolled them last year 41-0. Pretty unpleasant memory for Vandy, but working in their favor is that starting tonight were 10 defenders who started that last game as well. They lived the unpleasantness firsthand. Been there, done that, didn't like it, don't want to do it again. The Irish come in ranked 7th, playing the 1,000th game in school history. Lou Holtz, number 122 for him. First half, both teams playing sloppily. Notre Dame, Robert Farmer up the middle and the fumble. Vandy recovers. Next play, Damian Allen throws deep. Jarvis Edison picks it off at the goal line, but watch him on the return. He won't hold on to it for long. Coughs it up there. One of 7 Notre Dame fumbles on the night, but they get this one back. They lost 4 of the fumbles. Fourth quarter, Irish only up 6-0. A 3rd and 37 for Vandy, and they come up huge. Todd Yoder at the goal line pulls it in. Not only a first down, but a touchdown as well. 7-6 Vanderbilt. The Irish come back later in the 4th. 5 minutes to go. Mark Edwards punches it over from the 3. Two-point conversion was good. Vanderbilt mounted a comeback of their own, but guess what? They fumbled at midfield, and the Irish, talk about survival, they take the first bus out of Nashville with the 7-point come-from-behind victory. Notre Dame's touchdown drive, 75 yards in 14 plays. Quarterback Ron Paulus on the night, 19 of 32 for 216 yards.
Time to get a little wild and turn our attentions north. It's the Montreal Expos who led the chase for the 4 spot in the playoffs going into the day, but a tenuous lead it was. Just a half game when this Thursday began. The idle Dodgers over the Spos' shoulder. Montreal hoping to get a little more breathing room with victory in South Florida. Oh no, Billy and the Macarena. Suddenly I don't feel so well. Bottom 4, 2-1 Spos. Greg Colburn feeling just fine, thanks. The solo shot to left, number 15 on the season, ties it at 2. Top of 6, David Segui. He flares one to left. This one will drop. F.P. Santangelo scores on the play, and the Expos take the 3-2 lead. Top of 8, Felipe Alou, swing and a miss. David Segui in at second. Mike Lansing scores from third. The perfectly executed double steal. Expos go up top 5-2. 6-2 when the day was done. 6 straight wins now for the Expos, leaves them 1 full game ahead of the Dodgers in the wild card race. Barry Manuel gets his 4th win. The only other game on the Major League Baseball slate tonight, Cubs at the Phillies. Bottom 1, Benito Santiago gets all of this Frank Castillo pitch. Deep to left, the 2-run shot where nobody's gonna get it. Top of 3, Phillies with some nice D here. Scott Rowland barehands the bouncer, throws the runner out at first. Nicely done. Top of 4, Kurt Schilling pitching a gem, getting Mark Gray swinging ugly. Schilling a winner, 6-1 final. Schilling pitches a 6-hitter in what would be his 5th complete game of the year, tying him for the league lead. But perhaps more importantly, his 22nd start, triggering a clause in his contract that obligates the Phils to pick up the option next year at $3.5 million.
All the talk is now over, at least the talk into the microphones is. Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon held their final press conference today for their WBA heavyweight championship fight scheduled for Saturday night in Las Vegas. Our Nick Charles was there.
Well, Barry, it's all very quiet here on the boxing front in Las Vegas now. But in less than 2 nights, Mike Tyson climbs into that ring behind me, once again an overwhelming favorite to demolish yet another guy. Thursday, Tyson and his Saturday night opponent, Bruce Seldon, held their final news conference here. Seldon's also a champion. He has humility, he has pride, and he has a problem by the name of Mike Tyson.
I don't boast. People know in the past what I said. I still feel that way, but I just don't say it. So you know my affinity with how I feel about this particular fight. And I'm just looking forward to doing well.
You know, I have to be confident, and I feel as though Mike Tyson's not going to defeat me. Mike Tyson is not going to take my title from me. I have to feel that way.
There's a saying in this sport that as the heavyweights go, so goes boxing. The truth to that statement is undeniable. It all began with John L. Sullivan, right through Dempsey, Tunney, Lewis, Marciano, Ali, and others. Now there's Mike Tyson, 13 months into his comeback, and breathing life into a division that obviously needs him. The heavyweight division has historically been the engine that drives boxing's train. And for those who have scratched and clawed, slugged and bled their way to the top.
It's the single most coveted prize of all professional sports.
But even in these days of watered-down titles, one man reigns supreme as the fighter they still all measure themselves against.
I could fight anybody and make it a super fight.
You have everyone's focus on Mike Tyson. I think everyone's just in the sweepstakes to fight him just to try to make money because they know that's the most money they're going to get.
Since his return to the ring, Tyson has been the principal player in the 2 biggest gates in boxing history. No heavyweight has come close to Tyson's drawing power. Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, Michael Moore, even George Foreman all won the title, but none proved capable of approaching Tyson's appeal while he was in prison and out of the picture nearly 4 years.
Those guys really believe in their minds that they're superstars. Forgive me, Allah, I don't want to sound like I'm boasting anything, but those guys could never fill my shoes.
Tyson simply doesn't have a rival to bring him to another level, the way legendary fighters of other eras did. Unlike Ali, for Tyson, there is no Frazier.
If Riddick there, should be taking on Michael. If there's Lewis there, then he should be taking on Michael. Whoever in that rank, they have to face Michael. And that's the way it seems.
Tyson's recent progression from McNeely to Mathis to Bruno to Seldon may not have been matches made in heaven for boxing fans, but they were the most expedient path to reclaiming the heavyweight championship in a division ruled by Tyson's promoter, Don King.
The heavyweight division, which does have a few names up there, but based on promotional problems between the fighters and promoters, you can't get those fights made easy. So boxing is in a pretty rough state right now.
But even if Tyson isn't free to plunder the best around, King knows the card he's holding.
All of these guys who will be yesterday's nobody being tomorrow's somebody. Only if they can capture lightning in a jug and take Tyson out.
But here's the immediate scenario if Tyson beats Seldon Saturday night and wins the second part of the championship. November 9th, he puts his titles on the line against Evander Holyfield. Michael Moore, the other champion, the IBF, will fight Francois Botha. If Tyson and Moore both win November 9th, they would meet to consolidate the championship here in Las Vegas, March 14th. We're getting ahead of ourselves, though. Saturday night, we will be here before the fight to set the table for you, and then as soon as it's over, with post-fight analysis, pictures, and interviews with the winner and the loser. That's it, though, now from Las Vegas. Let's go back to Atlanta.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Still ahead, just one game into the season. The Dallas Cowboys already look like a total mess. One more game, and it might be a different story. Might not. We have a report from Dallas coming up.
Sweet dreams from Doubletree.